Welcome, everyone, to the Driven G Podcast. I'm your host, Uncle Geeb, and with me is Host Your Media Gaming. With this podcast live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Listen to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, or anywhere you listen to podcasts. Let's become a member of this podcast to get extra podcast content sometimes, but you get early access to content as well. I got to change that intro. I was talking about it to myself today. Like, I really need to come up with a new ending to that, because I keep saying that you get extra podcast content every month, but that you used to get extra podcast content every month. Anyway, drip. How you doing this week, man? We got rumors and leaks galore. Nintendo Direct next week?
There's a Direct happening!
Everybody stay calm.
There's gonna be a Direct next week, Geeb!
Is there? Is there, Drip? Is there? If you listen to the Nate of the Hates, who famously brought you the rumors of Wind Waker Twilight Princess 18 years ago that we still have not gotten. Not that Nate is a bad guy or has bad information, but he got that thing wrong. So what's to say that he's not going to get this one wrong, Drip?
Well, okay. I figured you were going to bring that up, and I wanted to remind you of something.
Okay.
I wanted to remind you of the last time that you said the same thing about old Nate. Do you remember when it was? Because I do.
Clearly you remember and I don't, so just tell me.
It was the night before the release of Donkey Kong Country Returns HD on the Nintendo Switch. We did a podcast, and Nate said that same day we would see the Nintendo Switch 2. And you said, no way, it ain't happening. I don't think it's happening. And he was dead ass right about that. And he's been dead ass right about most of the things he says. So
are you talking about January 5th?
I'm going to take his word for it.
Was that January 5th, 2025? Because that's when they first showed us the Switch. That was the very first time Nintendo showed us.
Maybe.
You're talking about that day?
Yes, we did it. We did the podcast. It was the night before because we were talking about it. I remember the last thing we said. Tomorrow, are we going to see the Switch 2?
Yeah, I said,
fuck yes, absolutely. You said no. It ain't happening.
Yeah, and actually, if you okay, hold on a second. So
going against Nate has not done you.
We're gonna do
anything great lately. So I'm just reminding you of that. It's fine. I'm just reminding.
So we're gonna get into Nate and his predictions, potential leaks as he calls them. I think he calls them leaks. I'm not sure.
One is a leak. I think it's just
we'll get to Nate stuff in a minute. Later in the episode, probably gonna finish out with that. But before we get on to what we're going to talk about first, we need to talk about this for a moment, because if you're looking at it on paper, we were with Nate, you got it right, I was against, I got it wrong. However, if you recall at the time, that was very much a panic move from Nintendo. They were like, oh shit,
hey,
everybody is
or not.
Everybody, this thing is leaked. Every bit of this thing leaked by November of 2024, and by January 5th, that was just like Nintendo pivoting and panicking and just putting something out. That was like a very short, very non-informal release of a trailer of the Switch 2 that really didn't give anything of substance. It was just like,
Christmas
here you go.
Of the year before, we knew that it was blue and red underneath the sticks.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was just like here you go. Like, you guys have already seen it already. We need to get ahead of this, even though we've fallen behind so far already. So I wouldn't say like Nate was like on this. I think Nate just got good word. He did. He got good word.
Okay,
but
that's what he.
It wasn't like Nate had like information months before something, right? I mean, I guess this is the same thing. He is kind of just talking. Okay, he could be right. I'm not against Nate. I start off with that. I'm not against Nate. I don't think he gives bad information. I just think it's funny that everyone's like, this guy Nate knows what he's talking about. He's always right. I'm like, okay, sure. And then he comes out and says, it's happening. You book it. Twilight Princess, Wind Waker, double pack. It's coming. Book it. And then
he was on
happen.
that, but he wasn't the only one. There were a lot of other people say clearly something got crossed on the inside with that.
Can I say, and this is what I don't trust about these leaks. Now, I think there is a Direct next week of some sort, but these leaks, right? What happens is someone actually does get credible information. It might change, but someone does get credible information. Doesn't mean doesn't mean that if it changes, doesn't mean it wasn't credible. It just means that things changed. Like Nate, like for example, the thing with Nate, I guarantee you that he was right, and that something internally changed. I think that's what happened with that.
Yeah, probably. It was pushed. You're talking about the Twilight or the Twilight Princess.
Yeah, something happened. But like, I hate when people say Nate and others. Who are these others? Is what I'm asking. Because as far as I know, there's almost nobody.
Jeff Grubb was one of the biggest ones talking about it at that point, if I remember correctly. It was a long time ago.
There's in my opinion,
I think Jeff Grubb was the one who was like guaranteeing it.
I need someone to make a big breakdown video because, in my opinion, almost nobody knows anything. There's maybe a handful of people that I can literally count on one tiny Geeb finger hand of how many leakers there are that are actually credible and who is just the copycat piggybacks. I think there's a lot of copycat piggybacks out there, and maybe, without naming names, one of those copycat piggybacks at one point in time did have a credible source and gave you lots of information, and now they're just piggybacking again because they lost their source. I'm not going to name names or anything, but that happens. That's happening. So I don't trust really anybody. When it happens, it happens. But like, I'm not going to sit here and believe every word everyone says, and neither should you or anybody.
No, and I don't. I will say this: there have been a few people that I'm really like wondering where this came from, because they are getting in from like whether you like his content or not. Zach from Switchforce he was dead on a bunch of shit last year, dead on a lot. And I mean, he was talking about this fifth thing a while ago too. So I don't know. I mean, he's clearly got something. There's he knows somebody. And then
see that eye right there? Yeah. See it?
Oh, is that
you were also saying like a month ago that it's going to be the first week of it. I'm pretty sure actually you were like,
well, yeah,
because anybody can make that prediction.
Yeah,
it's not like a hot take. It's not like
I mean, I guess if I would have looked at a calendar, you're right. Yeah, I probably would have said,
first week of February looks pretty good.
And then looked at the calendar. Okay, yeah, probably the 5th or maybe the 4th. I don't know.
We're just informed on this. We do this all the time. Like we could have come up with this ourselves too. This is not. And if it doesn't happen, they'll just say, "Oh, well, something changed." And that's the shit I hate. I don't like these are the types of podcast episodes I don't like, which is why I've come prepared with you guys. A good show of not just talking about the leaks and rumors, but also just we have some other real things to talk about, like
which we should do right now. I have
which
a
we
fun
should.
place we're going to take this podcast before we get into what's going to happen next week and everything that we might see at this direct. I had a fun idea earlier. I thought maybe instead of looking forward to the things we don't know, maybe we should take a quick look back at Nintendo Directs in February that have been absolute fucking bangers. Because guess what? February Directs, I would say 75% of the time, are amazing. So if we are getting one next week, there's a very good chance it's going to be awesome. I want to go all the way back. We are going to go, we're going to do like 4. And I'm not going to go every single game. We're not going to do anything like that. I'm just going to give you some of the highlights. We're going to go way back. We're taking it all the way back to the year I started my YouTube channel.
Take it way back.
2019.
Way back.
Do you remember what they announced at the Direct? There were a few pretty sizable things at that Direct.
So I was alive in 2019. I'm not that. I wasn't born yesterday.
You were not a baby. You were
but
not unborn.
I was not in the Nintendo circles in 2019. I was very much living outside of that during that time period, so I do not remember what happened in 2019.
Okay, so the big thing that was in 2019 and in February, it was February 13th. So the day before Valentine's Day, we were getting new details on Fire Emblem 3 Houses. So that's how long ago this was. But there were 2 other really notable games at that one, both of which I love. One of them was Astral Chain. And if you have not played Astral Chain, if you're into like the Platinum Games stuff that they like put out, like Bayonetta style, like this is good. It is damn good. That was announced there. We got to see that. And the thing they closed the show with was the Link's Awakening remake.
Yeah,
that was a good.
That's a big one.
That was a really, really good one, especially as good as Astral Chain ended up being. And I actually wanted to drop this here while we're talking about that. We're due. I want that. Like, we're not gonna just not get another Astral Chain game. There's gonna be another one.
I've not played the first one. I really need to get on that.
Dude, it is fucking awesome. Play it. It's really good.
You keep telling me that, and I believe you, and I want to. And maybe at some point I will. I was about to say maybe I'll do it with a voucher, but the vouchers as of recording are ending in 2 days, so not with a voucher anymore. That's not happening.
Yeah, unless you're trying to do it like right now.
No, I'm not. So
okay, I'm just going to mention it because we all know what happened. But February 20th, which was 1 month, I believe, before the game came out, we got a Animal Crossing New Horizons Direct. That was 2020.
That's famously just
that was
a few
right
weeks
before the world ended.
That's a few weeks before the world ended, and then soon after that, the world restarted again, a different world.
Yeah. Then we got a Direct Mini in March, which was like, I think that was when Panzer Dragoon was released, the remake of that, which was cool. I don't even remember what else was there. But
pause.
I know I
1 second. I just want you to pause, and I want to say something. We have to do a whole episode on what happened during COVID with Animal Crossing and the perfect storm. That is
my God, yeah.
That is a documentary, my friend.
Yeah,
like that is a documentary.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane.
Holy shit.
It is crazy.
Keep going.
All right, so then we get to February 17th, 2021. Okay?
Good old COVID times.
Absolute banger. Splatoon 3 was announced, which huge.
Yep, huge.
I believe it was
famously, my 12-hour stream happened right after a Splatoon release. Remember that?
Yep, I do remember that.
That was fun.
Pyra from Xenoblade in Smash was announced.
Okay.
We got some Monster Hunter Rise DLC. We got new information on Mario Golf, which is cool. And then, of course, we got Skyward Sword announced alongside the Joy-Cons and the Game & Watch, which was basically their version of the
Mario
one was.
The Mario one the year before. Yeah.
Yeah.
But by the way, don't overlook that the special, like the games are one thing, Skyward Sword, all the things you mentioned, but the Game & Watch and the Joy-Con are two things I'm going to cherish probably the rest of my life. Like I love the Game & Watch is beautiful. It's fun. It's got those games on there for the Zelda games, which are awesome. The Joy-Con are the best Joy-Con they've ever released, I think. They're spectacular. Really, really, really good. February Direct.
Yeah. I want to go back and make sure because Skyward Sword HD. I'm looking at it right now. We got the Joy-Cons, we got the Game & Watch, and then that was it, right?
I can't remember.
Then Splatoon was the end of that one. So Splatoon ended that one. That was a banger. That was a really, really good Direct. 2021 was that was a good February Direct. So we'll go to 2022. 2022, we were on the 9th. 40-minute Direct. This is a nice one, too. This is a really good one. I believe this is when they announced the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass.
Okay.
Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was revealed. We got Nintendo Switch Sports. Yes, Switch Sports. We got that.
So far, the Booster Pass was big, but not huge, obviously, it's in terms of excitement. It was just really fun. It's fun.
It was fun. Yeah, it was basically doubling the game, which is huge.
Yeah,
I mean, that is
an old game, a very old game, but so not super exciting.
Xenoblade Chronicles
but fun.
3 was massive for those who like
for those people. Not a very big game. And
we were very pumped about
Switch Sports is a big one, but none of these things. It's not like we're talking about 3D Mario or Zelda 3D, right? Nothing huge, but solid, really good thing. Excellent things.
Fire
Updates.
Emblem Warriors 3
again,
hopes.
a niche audience, but everyone who plays them and loves them.
Mario Strikers Soccer, which ended up garbage.
That was a flop.
We got our first look at co-op, the Salmon Run in Splatoon 3.
That's a very niche thing in a popular game.
We got our first look at Mouthful mode in Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
A nice little update. Again, very solid. Very solid.
Yeah. Oh, there's more. MLB The Show, No Man's Sky,
I still play that actually, by the way, on my Switch. It runs really good on Switch too. It runs like 60 on the Switch too, but the resolution's garbage.
I think that's it. Okay, there was other stuff, but I mean, again, February Directs have been pretty damn good, and that was 2022. Now we're gonna go to 2023. We know 2024. 2024 was basically their mail it in year, right?
You guys remember the whole year of ports and remasters? Remember, I can't tell you how many times I've said the two words back to back: ports and remasters. I've said ports and remasters a million times.
Okay, so February 8th, 2023, 40 minutes. That is the day I called out of fucking nowhere Pikmin 4. I don't know how. It was a guess.
I think you called it, and then Joe made his what do you call that? Is it an effigy? Like when you do like that summoning circle. Joe does his summoning circles for Pikmin.
Yeah.
I think you called it. Joe made a summoning circle to make it happen, and then tomorrow, the day after that, was when it happened. I give Joe the credit.
Splatoon 3 DLC. That's when we got Game Boy Advanced and Game Boy.
Big one. Because I mean, I love Game Boy Advance. I play them.
We got a huge.
I'm playing through right now.
Kingdom trailer.
Huge
Tears of the Kingdom trailer.
Yes. The year 2023, the year of our Lord Zelda.
Yeah. The expansion pass DLC for Xenoblade Chronicles 3. What else? Disney Illusion Island, which I love that game. I thought that was really fun.
I never ended up picking it up.
It's really good, but
I do still think it's good.
That is also the direct. Okay, well, we're gonna save that. We got Wave 4 Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC. That's where they put in the Yoshi's Island track. Great track. That was a good one. Yep. That is also the day they said, "Oh yeah, here's Metroid Prime Remastered, and you get it today."
That was a great day.
Now these are the last 5 February Directs we've had.
Wait, did we get Pikmin? Was that Pikmin 1 and 2 as well?
That was later. That wasn't a February Direct. That was later. They did the same thing.
Year.
Yes.
It was that year. Yeah.
It was later that year. It was not a February. This is just the February Directs. That's what I'm saying.
Right. That's great. That's a great one, dude.
I mean, looking back at all that, it does get you excited. I mean, February Directs are not something Nintendo takes lightly. They bring the heat in February. I mean, again, 2024, we're not counting that. And then 2025 was like, they had a partner direct that was basically like, here's the rest of the shit we're obligated to tell you about because we're going to tell you about this. You know, we got Switch 2. Like, you know that. Like, here's the rest of the shit we got. It was nothing.
Yeah. Okay. So go ahead. You go.
We can assume that this direct is going to be a full general direct, but we don't know that. So I feel like right now you should probably run back to our notes here and give us that little list because Nintendo's been busy.
We're doing a list in reverse. I love it. So the list of games that have, I don't think these are, I mean, obviously nothing is confirmed. Some of these are
the Twitter drops.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So Nintendo has, so that's all like stuff that we had gotten in the past, right? What you're just talking about. Now let's talk about stuff we've gotten like literally in the past week and a half. Nintendo's announced stuff. Like basically this information alone is like a mini direct in itself. Twitter drops. Famously, when I thought that we were never getting direct again because Nintendo would only do Twitter drops. At least,
what the fuck was that, dude?
I was convinced. I was convinced. I'm sorry, I was convinced I was wrong, and I own up to it.
You had cabin fever from being inside the pandemic for too long.
Listen, it was early in my career for podcasting. I wanted to make a name for myself. I wanted to call it before anyone else would call it. That's what, it didn't work out.
That ain't the way to do it, man. That ain't the way to do it.
So let's talk about the Twitter drops of the last basically week and a half. One exception, I think one was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, but all these are basically from the last week and a half. Actually, some of these from the last couple of days. We have Splatoon, the Splatoon 11.0 update. I believe it's 11.0 and
I didn't even know it was a thing.
Yeah, I don't really know anything about it. We're not gonna give you information. I'm not gonna give you information. If you want to look it up, you can. The Splatoon got a big update recently, similar to Animal Crossing, which when Animal Crossing they said, oh, the 2.0 update is gonna be the final drop, final update for Animal Crossing, right? And then they lied and gave us 3.0 a little bit ago, actually. They did the same thing with Splatoon. Apparently, a while back, they said Splatoon is getting its final update, and now here we go with the new update that just announced like yesterday, I think it was, or 2 days ago. I think the big thing is like there's like a health bar now where over people like I don't know. If you want more information about it, go somewhere else. But we're just talking about the gist here. So
the general shit, yeah.
Splatoon got an update. Virtual Boy games have been announced. One of them is actually really exciting. There was an unreleased Star Fox game. Did you see John Cartwright from Good GVG make his video? You need to look up GVG's video and look up John Cartwright talking about the Virtual Boy. He's low key probably the funniest man in Nintendo creator space. He's hilarious.
Did they say they're going to do like different colors too? So it's not just going to be
there's like different filters now. You can change it like green and yellow.
Okay. I'm sorry, man. I played the Virtual Boy, but I was there. Okay. It fucking sucked then. It's gonna suck now. I'm sorry. Like I have zero.
What's exciting, dude, is
absolute piece of garbage.
There's a couple unreleased games that are gonna like never before released on Virtual Boy because it failed so quickly. Coming out on the service.
That's
awesome. Really
I'm
cool.
Glad.
That makes me want to.
Can you play it without?
I heard
the shit?
Last I heard you cannot. Last I heard you need to have the thing. It's
Okay,
really
I don't care.
stupid.
I'm never playing it
It's
then.
really stupid
Never
because
playing
you're watching the trailer and you're like, well, it looks perfectly fine in 2D. Why can't I just play it 2D on my screen? Why do I have to buy a Virtual Boy $100 accessory? It's really dumb. I wish they just let us play it.
I wanna say one of these and kind of hit an off ramp here for a second. We'll get right back on the road, but I want to talk about the Mario movie direct for a second, dude.
Well, that's
that trailer was really good.
We got a direct like a few days ago for the Mario movie. So go ahead.
Mario movie direct. So we're getting lots of regular direct stuff out of the way, but I want to stop for a sec. That trailer was very good. I love Yoshi. Everything about him.
Oh yeah. Yoshi.
Everything.
Blam.
Everything.
Blam.
The fact that he's like, you can just see so much of of what the character is going to be like in just those couple scenes when he's like trying to like intimidate the big T-Rex and he's like and then he starts running. It's really, really good. I'm very excited for this. I think this movie's gonna be like way better than the first one. Super, super excited for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Back.
Not that the trailers
here.
were bad. I mean, this is on track because this is one of the things in the notes here because we did get a Mario movie direct just a few days ago, which lines up here with what we're talking about. There's been Nintendo announcements just last few days, in between last episode and this one. But yeah, so and by the way, on your point there, the Mario movie trailer was great. I'm not trying to downplay it whatsoever, but it didn't like make me more excited. It just looked like more of what I expected, in a good way.
We saw baby Mario and baby Luigi.
In a good way, because like there's nothing surprised me. Especially the Yoshi thing, because we knew that leaked thanks to Old Spice.
We knew Yoshi. Baby Mario and baby Luigi did surprise. I'm wondering how we get to that point. That should be interesting.
Yeah, that'll be funny. But yeah, it's gonna be great. It didn't need it to. I didn't need this trailer to sell me on anything, and I didn't need this trailer to make me more excited. I'm gonna be very excited. For me, there's a cap of excitement. If like 10 is like I'm crying, and 1 is I'm leaving the theater early, I've been at an 8. And I'm staying at an 8. Like nothing's gonna make me get higher than an 8. Like I'm very happy and excited for this movie, but there's nothing they can do to make it like a 10. Not that it's bad. It's just I'm like that. 10 is like I'm crying. Okay, I'm not crying over this movie. It's gonna be an 8.
Yeah, that's a good point, Joey. It says I'm glad Yoshi doesn't talk. Yoshi is a Pokemon. Yeah, he doesn't need to talk.
Well, we don't. It's not confirmed. He does say his name very convincingly, so I don't know. I'm not saying he's going to talk.
The voice was good. I hope that's it. I really hope that's it. If he starts like having conversations and shit, I'm not going to be happy about that.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's going to be talking. I'm just saying that we don't know that he's not talking yet.
No, you're right. We don't know for sure. They gave us
excuse me
exactly what I hoped for. I hope they don't go any further. It's fine.
And the last thing here, this was a few days, actually a week or two ago, but still lines up to the timeline here, last couple weeks. Donkey Kong Country Returns HD got a big free content update, and got like a 4K update on Switch too.
Yeah,
and it's all free. The whole thing's free.
Nintendo Direct thing that could have easily happened.
Yes.
And the Tamagotchi Life Direct is tomorrow.
I missed that one. Yes, I did miss that one. Tamagotchi is getting its whole own Direct happening tomorrow or today
morning.
As of when you're listening to this podcast. Or
this is all like Direct stuff. This is all Nintendo Direct stuff. So
yes, it is.
Before we get on this list, it does make me a slight bit concerned that this is not a general direct that we're about to have.
Well, we'll just go there, Drip, because I'm not concerned at all. Not that it's that you're concerned that it's not a general direct. I'm saying that I'm not concerned about that because there are so many partner games that we need to hear from, whether games that we've heard from previously or games that we haven't heard yet that we need to see come to the freaking Switch 2 because it's about goddamn time, Lizzo.
I'm with you there. I am totally with you there. I'm on board. We've talked about that. I am 100% on board. Like the third party stuff we're probably going to be getting this year and going forward.
Yeah.
It is going to be awesome. So like these partner directs that we used to roll our eyes at are not going to be that anymore. They're not going to be that. And we are in the area now where developers have the dev kits. Like we're in the area now where we should start seeing a lot more of that stuff. So in that sense, yes, I'm with you. Hell yeah. But I worry because I want Zelda 40th. We'll get there in a little bit, but like if this is a partner direct, we ain't getting that.
I don't know.
We'll get there in a little bit. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about third-party stuff.
Okay, sure.
One of the things I do want to, you have it here, the Expedition 33 thing.
Yeah, the game of the year.
I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard
that you can't play.
Several places that's going to be a Switch 2 thing.
I feel like Nintendo. This is a given. It has to come now. Now that it won Game of the Year, Nintendo. How can Nintendo business people be happy about this? The stockholders. How can they be happy with the fact that their brand new system doesn't have the game of the year? You can't.
Well, they're not, and they've talked about it openly. Nintendo also talks about it. Like, yes, we know why our stock prices are down. It's because we don't have a major first-party game, and we don't have a lot of the major third-party. They know what they need to do. Now, I don't know where I saw this at, and I'm just gonna, if anybody in the comments can help me piece this together. I'm pretty sure that I heard that the developers, whoever's like in charge of the team for Expedition 33, gave all of their developers, their gift was Switch 2s.
That's ironic.
Yeah.
That's ironic.
And I may be off on that a little bit. I'm not sure exactly how that story went, but that's the general gist of the story as I think I heard it. It just makes me think like, yeah, I mean, if you're getting Switch, like clearly y'all have a plan. Like, oh yeah, you need Switch 2s because we're going to put our game on there. Of course. Yeah. We need to, I don't know. That's just a whatever thing. But let's just talk about that for a second. Other big third party games that are on the Switch now that we could see, even if it's not just a partner direct, just other things that are missing.
Well, I'm not familiar with this one. I know it's a Doom game. People are familiar with that. I'm just not in that world. But Doom, The Dark Ages is another one. It just gets kind of overdue. We need to see it on the platform. It's rumored right now.
I'm going to piggyback off of that because that's a Microsoft thing at this point. That's Activision.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, it's not. It's Bethesda. I'm sorry.
That is Bethesda, but it is still Microsoft.
Yeah. Either way. I want to piggyback off that. Microsoft just did their thing. It was 4 games. None of them. One of them was announced to be coming to, or maybe half of them were coming to PlayStation day and date, and then some later. Or maybe one was just. I don't exactly remember, but either way, none of them were announced for Switch 2. And Microsoft has been very public about the fact that they are going to be putting lots of stuff on the Switch 2. One of those games was Forza Horizon 6. Software, that's it. Forza Horizon 6 was one of the big ones for me at that Microsoft thing that I was like, please put this on Switch. Please put this on Switch.
Yeah.
Nothing there was on Switch. And you know how Nintendo is. They like to announce their own shit. They like to be
I'm sure Microsoft doesn't care as long as it comes out when they want it to come out and they making money. So, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, I feel like that thing we've been waiting on with Microsoft, I think every single direct so far, I think I've said, oh, Microsoft going to be huge here.
Yeah, you have. And the next direct, I would say the same thing because we're overdue to hear information.
Yeah, well, now not only is it overdue, but even with like the stories we've heard about the dev kits and this and that, and maybe not every team at Microsoft had those dev kits. I feel like we are at least far enough into this now to where it's like, yeah, okay, the people who didn't have them, they probably have them now. It's probably not a big deal anymore. Everybody's got their shit.
Well, there's been reports too, Drip. I'm not sure if we covered this at all in the show the last few months, but there's been reports that it's happening. Like the Microsoft people have already gotten their dev kits. I think like late last year they got their dev kits.
I would imagine that I thought Microsoft would have been really fucking high on that list. Like,
we've talked about that.
One of the first. Yeah.
They for whatever reason they weren't, but it seems like at this point everyone in Microsoft related circles has their dev kits already for Switch 2.
Nintendo's been so weird about like who they've given those to.
Nintendo's been weird.
Sense.
What do you mean? Nintendo's never weird.
I know. Yeah,
what are you talking
crazy.
about? I thought I want to piggyback off of your piggyback, Drip. Hold on, Drip. I want to piggyback off of your piggyback because I just thought of something I put in the notes here. Grounded 2 is a game on it's a Microsoft game. I'm not sure who makes it or owns it, or I know owns it, Microsoft. And that game, Grounded 1, remember, came out a year or two ago on Switch, regular Switch. But Grounded 2 came out like very soon after or very soon before that announcement. So like it was like it's like yay, they were putting Grounded 1 on the Switch, but like where's Grounded 2? It's just coming out. Why didn't we get that? So
that would make sense.
And I'm bringing this up because my buddy just Inky, shout out to Inky, that one girl, just asked me the other day. He's like, "Yo, dude, you want to play Grounded with us?" I'm like, I can't because it's not on PS5 and it's not on Switch, and I'm not trying to buy games on Steam anymore because I'm not playing games on PC anymore. I've just made the decision, so I'm not. I can't. And I'm like, it's really stupid that Grounded 2 at this point is still not on either of those platforms. So Grounded 2, I feel like actually could be a sleeper guarantee for the next Nintendo Direct.
I feel like that's a pretty solid one. I mean, so Jeff actually just said one of the other games at the Microsoft thing was Fable. He said he'd love to see Forza Horizon 6 and Fable on Switch 2. I don't see why both of those can't come to Switch 2. Like why not? I mean, Forza Horizon, dude, I like racing games. I am so fucking excited for Forza Horizon 6. 5 was okay. I don't know. I thought I was going to like 5 a lot, but I was really into 4. Yeah. Really into 4. 5 was cool. It just didn't hit me like 4 hit me. But this one, this Japan thing, I'm so in. I'm so in.
Yeah, man, I'm super excited for that possibility. I mean, I might be pushing the boundaries a bit because it's an open world racing game with like super high fidelity shit. I think it might be a struggle. It'll have to run at lower frame rate and probably 1080p max to get it to run Switch 2, but that's fine. I'm okay with that as long as they can get it there. So
yeah, we talked about this in the pre-show. Like the reviews are coming out for Grid Legends on Switch 2 right now, and holy shit, does that look good? Crazy good. But I mean, that's not open world. That is track by track. But I mean, racing games are those games that you can make those look pretty damn good on anything, especially if they're not open world. But I mean,
so let's get off the Microsoft.
That's the thing, though. Like even the races. Even the races on Forza Horizon 5, I'm not sure exactly how they're going to do all of them on 6. I didn't watch all of that direct, or whatever they call it. Even with some of the races, you don't just jump right into the race. You go out, there's a loading screen, then you're in the race. Like it is that area of the open world map, but it like closes you off, so you're on a track. So I mean, you get those at least that much of like, okay, we're going into a race. Maybe the open world might take a little bit of a hit, but I mean, so I don't know.
Again, it's a given. We well, not a given, but it's a given that Microsoft needs to show up for Switch 2. How and when? I mean, we could go on with. We could do a whole episode of Microsoft games that need to come to Switch 2. Halo is a big one. I mean, we could add that to this list, and we could see some Halo. They announced that new.
There's that Call of Duty.
Call of Duty. There's that new Halo game next year. They announced that new Call of Duty game, or excuse me, Halo game for next year. That's like, or 2 years from now. You know what I'm talking about? Like the remaster.
Oh yeah, they did like the little tiny teaser with it or whatever.
I mean, that's a Switch 2 game. Has to be a Switch 2 game. But again,
I mean,
so
maybe, dude. Call of Duty's like.
Yeah, Call of Duty. Without being said, Call of Duty.
Fucking peep.
It was like 2 years ago at this point. They said Microsoft's like, yes, Call of Duty is coming to Switch before Switch 2 was even out. I mean, it's already been We've been 2 years in those 10 years and still nothing from Call of Duty. So yeah, we could keep going with Microsoft. We don't need to though. Let's move on to Yakuza, however you pronounce that. There's multiple games apparently rumored.
God, there's already a ton. There's just already a ton on Switch too. Whatever's left, I'm sure will come. I think that's a given. They've already put so many on there.
Yeah. So I'm just laughing. My screen is glitching. But I'm trying to.
I mean, Capcom.
Ocho is hilarious right now because I've been waiting for Call of Duty for Switch for 84 years. It feels like it feels like 84 years, Ocho. I gotta agree with you there.
Another one. Capcom. Monster Hunter.
Yep, I put that in yes, I thought of that while we were talking here as well. Monster Hunter. Now, I'll say two things. Number one, it's going to be a struggle to get it on the Switch 2 because it runs like poo-poo on the Steam Deck.
Maybe not, though.
But hold on, Drip. That's in two parts. Because the second part of that is recently, like yesterday or a day before, like Jeff brought this to my attention. Monster Hunter is getting a big update on Steam Deck. It's actually like playable now. Whereas it was literally if you booted Monster Hunter Wilds on the Steam Deck, it glitched out. You could not at launch. It was broken, straight broken. But apparently now, not only is it's not only broken, but now it's actually functionally playable.
Well, that's good. But remember, the Switch 2 doesn't need as much as the Steam Deck does to get it to run at a optimal level.
Correct.
It just needs enough that you can DLSS it back up to where it needs to be.
I would argue, I would argue that it's actually going to look better on the Switch 2 than the Steam Deck because it's going to be way more well optimized for the Switch 2.
Probably, yeah, probably. And I think honestly, here's the thing. I mean, and we can move off third parties after this, but I kind of want to just bookend it with this. There's a shift happening right now. The shift was what we used to see were the big two of Microsoft and Sony as we get the high crazy, the high realistic games with the graphics and this and that. And I mean, it's not like Microsoft is gone, but it's like nobody gives a fuck about playing on that platform anymore. Like the Nintendo Switch 2 is slowly overtaking that spot. It's more like, okay, there's PC and then there's Switch 2 and PlayStation 5. And then if you have one, there's an Xbox. But why the fuck would you get one? Because everything's an Xbox.
Yeah, so I find this very interesting. If you're in the chat or in the comment section, I'm actually very curious to see what your guys' perspective is on this. But I'm going to give you guys my perspective on like the console wars, if you will, but not console wars, just like gaming landscape right now. And in my opinion, my perspective, my opinion, the number one platform right now is PS5. And it's like and it's close for different reasons. Like PS5 is on top of Nintendo for different reasons why Nintendo's on top of Xbox and close to PS5. Like people play Nintendo games, but anyway, so here's my perspective. Here's my perspective. PS5 is number one, but not very far behind is Nintendo for the top two platforms to play video games on for console. It's hard to judge where PC fits in there. My guess is PC is on top of both of those simply because there's more PCs out there that play games than consoles.
See, I kind of disagree.
There's a lot of PCs out there.
I disagree with you on the Nintendo thing right now.
Well, let me just finish first. I'll let you'll have your second in a moment.
Yeah,
let me just finish my thought and then you can go. Because then after Nintendo is specifically, and I'm separating these, the PC handheld space. That includes Steam Deck, Linux device, Windows devices, Linux devices, any of those. I think it's far behind Nintendo, but it's like that is where currently, not necessarily, it's not more than Xbox. I don't think there's more PC handhelds players than Xbox players. There's still more Xbox players now. In the future, that's going to change. But it's relevancy is really what I'm going for here. It's number of players, yes, but relevancy.
Okay,
and then Xbox is so far below relevant. It's definitely more than PC handhelds, but it's not even close to anywhere near as relevant as Nintendo. And I'm not saying that as like a slander. I'm not saying Xbox isn't relevant as slander. I'm saying it literally. I go to Walmart and the Xbox section looks like the clearance aisle. I'm not even joking. Like it looks. No, it's like right. There's those and they're not. By the way, they're not clearance. They're very expensive, but they're just kind of like thrown in there. Like, hey, if you want to go down this aisle where all the shit is. There's an Xbox here for $700 if you want it. But yeah.
Well, Okay,
Go
two
for it.
things. One, go to 10 Gaming. Thank you for the $4.99.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you very
so
much. And he subscribed and said very kind words. Thank you very much, Go To Gaming.
Thank you. Appreciate that a ton. Second thing, I disagree with you and agree with you at the same time. I think what you're saying is correct, but it's not correct yet.
That's fair.
I feel like we're still in that place where Nintendo has, like, we are looking at this from like Nintendo eyes, like, oh yeah, we got all this stuff. Like, we technically don't have a ton of these games that these other platforms have, including Xbox. So just because it may be not a preferred place to play, I feel like it still right now is a better place to play as far as options. I think that's going to change, though. I think that's definitely going to change. I think what you are saying is exactly right, but not yet. In a year and a half to 2 years, what you're saying is the exact landscape. We are on the way to that.
Well, what do you think I'm saying? Because I feel like I said what I was saying, but what do you think I'm saying?
You said what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying. I don't think that's the order yet. As far as like, I think.
But dude, relevancy. I was really talking about relevancy because and here let me explain. Because PS5, PC is hard to describe, but PC can play everything except for Nintendo. So like, it is on the top, but it's not really like. It's more of like PS5 and Nintendo are way more popular than PC gaming. That makes sense. But more people are more accessible. But more people are playing PC games than those platforms. I think all those things are fair to say and true. So Sony is on top because it plays everything except for Nintendo games, and you can do it. There's no limitations really. Aside if you can't play on. You can't really
the
play
limitations. Right. No, you're right. And as far as like what you're saying with relevancy, yes, you're right. My other side of this is just like, you get a Switch 2 right now, and yes, it's awesome and it is relevant as fuck, and there's Nintendo games and there's some pretty good third-party stuff, but like at this moment, you can get more third-party stuff everywhere, literally everywhere else.
Yeah,
that's going to change very quickly.
Isolated to Xbox, yeah, you can get more as well there. You can get more. You get more on Xbox than Nintendo. I mean, that's true. However, the retailers will tell you the story, and I don't really need to back up my statement. The retailers are telling us the story.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I think your statement is like more solid in a year and a half. It's like it is exactly what's happening in a year and a half.
You're right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But I would say you're not giving credit how bad Xbox has been the last 2 years. I think you're not giving that enough credit.
It's bad.
You're not giving enough credit. Like, it's way worse than you're making it sound right now. Like, I don't think
I agree. Okay, the only reason I say that is because the games are still technically there. Like, they still have a gigantic library, and you still get all these third party. Like, there's not
for whoever has them. For whoever has them, it's all the people who bought them between 2020 and 2023. Ain't nobody buying an Xbox 2024, 2025, and definitely not 2026.
You're damn right about that.
So,
but
like,
I'm saying, like, when we watch a trailer at the Game Awards, there's no question that at the bottom, at the end of that trailer, it's going to say PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox. No question.
And can I add to that? The reason it says it's available on Xbox is, number one, there is a lot of Xboxes out there because they sold a lot during the 3 years that it came out, the first 3 years. But number two, Xbox is so rich because Xbox is owned by Microsoft. And Microsoft is paying them, begging them to put their banner on there, not only because it's available for the platform, because they, like, I saw one trailer where Xbox logo was so much bigger. It was comically bigger than the PlayStation logo, and it was Game Pass. It was Xbox and Game Pass. Game Pass was bigger than PS5 in terms of like the screen real estate.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
Sony
daddy.
Does that
That's
too.
daddy.
They pay for that shit.
What's his name?
They pay for that shit too.
Not Bezos. That's Amazon. Gates. It's not him anymore. But Daddy Gates is paying for that shit. Like, make the Game Pass logo way bigger. than the PS5
Yeah.
logo.
Well, I
like,
mean, and that's companies do that. Like, I mean, like I said, when it comes to certain games, sometimes like Sony will just pay for the marketing rights. So if that commercial comes on, it may be on every platform, but a PlayStation logo comes at the end.
yeah.
That happens a lot. But I mean, no, everything you're saying is correct. I just think I still just think when you look at it, if you were just walking in today, I mean, okay, where can I play the most games? Other than like the Nintendo
it's
being
PC,
the
PS5, Xbox.
yeah, and Nintendo
PS5,
will,
Xbox are tied, and PC is well far. PC has everything.
So where do we put PC handheld on that list, though?
On my list I just came up with?
Just the one we're making right now, where it's PC. Where did the PC handhelds go on that list?
It's below Nintendo. It's
below
at
the
everything.
bottom of that one.
You think PC handheld? Oh, well, you're not wrong because they have game availability.
Yeah, just because it's
new.
new.
PC handhelds
like
this new. We need to get off this, but the new list we're making, PC handhelds and PCs are all in one. I was separating them because it's a different audience. While they're both PCs and have the same availability of games, they're different audiences.
Right.
Completely.
Okay. Well, you understand what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. In a year and a half, your statement you just made is going to be spot the fuck on.
Yeah. I think it's sooner than that, but I'm early. I guarantee. I know that I'm early. So let's move off of this. That was kind of off the rails here, but relevant. And let's talk about what are we going to talk about, Drip? Well, so
the rumors for the February direct.
This February direct that's probably coming next week. Is it first party? Is it third party? Is it both? Like, how you feeling about this? Is it partner direct? Is it a mini direct?
Okay.
Is it a partner showcase? What is it? Indie direct? What is this direct?
We kind of just went hard on the third party stuff there.
Yeah.
I don't. Okay.
What are you thinking? What are you feeling
about the third parties? I don't think it's a partner direct. I think it's a mainline direct with Nintendo games. Kind of because of several things we've been talking about. One, we just said it again. We've been talking about it for weeks. Like, Nintendo knows, their investors know, we know. There is no big first party Nintendo games. Like, we need the rest of the year. Like, we don't have, like, if they come out here with third party stuff and we don't see a Mario or a Zelda or something that's like, oh shit, like, that's not going to do what they need done to their stock price. Mario's and Zelda are going to fix that, and they know that. They've stated it publicly. I don't think it would be very smart for them at this point, as far in as we are on the Switch 2's life, not having one of those two at least. And even, like I said, if it's not a gigantic new Zelda game, an Ocarina of Time remake, in my opinion, is just as big.
We've seen Nintendo break patterns before, and I feel like this is prime for them to break a pattern right now. Last year was them breaking so many patterns because the Switch 2 was released. I feel like that can continue in 2026. Not in a bad way. Not like the pattern is necessary. It's just that just breaking the pattern a little bit. What we expect, what we think is going to happen.
Yeah, well, I feel like lately they've been a little bit more easy to pin down on what they're doing. And maybe you're right. Maybe it's just because they've been doing what they've been doing for so long, and now they're just starting to change it. But
I think. I'm not saying that I don't think it's possible to see it's a full direct with third party and first party. I just have a feeling that usually is wrong. Take it for what it's worth. I have a feeling that this is going to be more of a third part. This is going to be a partner direct, but not the partner direct of yonder year, where it's all farming sims and toilet paper games, literally, and all these other types of things that like are cute and fun and cheap and available, but not really, making me excited, right? So like, for all the reasons we just talked about, that long third party segment, all these games, I think a third party game would be huge for Switch 2. Excuse me, a third party direct would be huge for Switch 2, because one of the main reasons why we wanted to Switch 2, the masses here, the mass niche, is that we wanted to play these big AAA games that we couldn't play on the Nintendo platforms before, like Expedition, like Doom, like the Yakuza games, like Monster Hunter Wilds. It was not even close to possible in the Switch 1. Hi-Fi Rush, which we didn't talk about, but that was rated again for Switch. So that we could say, I think if there's a direct, I feel like Grounded is one of those games we could see, Grounded 2, but also Hi-Fi is probably a game we're going to see in the next Nintendo Direct, period. But I think it's gonna. I think you said like it's not gonna get the stock prices going. Maybe not like a boom at first, but I disagree because these are like you're saying how there's not enough like Switches, Nintendo, they're behind the other platforms because there's more games than that. These are the games we're missing. Like this would make them more relevant because they're getting the games that the big boys have that they don't. PC, Xbox, Sony, the Expedition 33, the game of the fucking year, Doom: The Dark Ages, Yakuza games are always big, and there's more. Metaphor, Rare and Fantasia we didn't talk about. That's another big one that they don't have, and there's others that we're missing, probably big ones that Nintendo doesn't have. That if they did a partner direct, and if half of the games on our list and some others are there, that really does make people excited. It's not going to make us, the Nintendo homer niche people, very excited because I'm going
to be excited about that.
There's plenty of. I'm just saying that there's plenty of us who do enjoy these games, but not all of us enjoy all these games. Where like other gamers really are like, where are these games, man? They just care about the clout. Like, my PlayStation, I can play Metaphor. I don't own it. But I can play it. They're Nintendo. Like, there's those people who like rub it in your face. That I can play this game that I don't play. I can play it. You can't. Blah blah blah. You suck. And that's like basically.
Well, and that's gonna be like I said, a year and a half. That's gonna be a thing of the past because we are gonna start seeing all these games on Switch too. I do disagree though. I think this is a full direct. I think there's gonna be third party stuff, but I think this stuff is getting out of the way because if you look at a lot of this stuff, if you look at a lot of the stuff over the past however long they've been doing these little like here's this, here's that, has a lot to do with Switch 1 stuff. Now maybe there are some Switch 2 upgrades in there and some little things here and there. A lot of it's Switch 1 stuff. It seems like they're getting some of these things out of the way to maybe make room for newer things that we're not going to be seeing available on Switch 1. We're going to be going Switch 2 in the main direct.
Yeah, actually, let's go backwards real quick. Because, Splatoon 3, Switch 1 game. Virtual Boy, it's not Switch 1, but it's like, not a big deal. Tomodachi is a cross-gen game, is it not?
Yeah, I think it's Switch 1 and plays on Switch 2, I think.
Oh, okay. Perfect. So that the movie...
I may be wrong about that. I don't know.
DK Country Returns HD is a Switch 1 game. Yeah, you could... That's not crazy. They're getting the Switch 1 stuff out of the way. Talk about Switch 2, I guess, is not crazy. I actually look at... But see, we take the same information. We're looking at two different ways, which is a good thing. I think this is a good conversation for the show because I look at that and go... Yeah, on one hand, that what you're saying could be true, but I look at it and go, well, they're just kind of getting the stuff they had, the stuff that they're ready to talk about right now is that, and they're just getting out of the way now because they're not ready to talk about the otmore big boy stuff. They're gonna wait for that for a little bit longer. The Zelda stuff needs a little bit more in the oven.
How longer are we waiting?
3D Mario needs more cooking apparently, but you know what else needs cooking? Third party on Switch 2. We're dying. Nintendo says we're dying. We need this stuff. Give us a big blowout partner direct with all this stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
man.
I don't know who's more right.
I see what you're saying.
I don't think I'm more right. I think I just don't know who is more right. That's the way I'm kind of perceiving this information.
Okay. So if let's say, let's say it's a partner direct. It's fucking February, dude. It's February. It's Zelda month.
I don't think partner direct means no full. It doesn't mean no full direct soon after. We could see a full direct in the same month later. Again, my whole theory is that they're breaking.
We don't have time for it. In this month, we got the Pokemon one.
They did Pokemon before or after a Nintendo Direct all the time before. This could be a huge month.
No,
this could be a huge month. It could be this partner direct to start, Pokemon thereafter, or Nintendo Direct, and then Pokemon after that. Who knows the order?
What's Pokemon? Help me out in the chat. Is it like the 30th?
The 30th anniversary. It's the 30th.
No, I'm talking about the date. The Pokemon Day. They do it on the same day, don't they?
Oh, I have no idea. Yeah, I think you're right about that, actually, but I have no idea what the day is. But it's this month.
Yeah, I know that. I don't.
February.
I don't fuck with Pokemon.
This month as in February, not late January. But
okay, so you're saying if it's a partner direct that there's another direct to follow, which I like that. I would love that. Like don't get me wrong.
Not like next week, right? Not like next week, but like maybe 3 weeks later, next month, early.
Maybe like in the beginning of March.
I see nothing wrong
But I
with
feel
like
like at
a,
that point,
a
it's
first
like-
or second week of March full Nintendo Direct that's a blowout. There's a lot of stuff in it. I see nothing wrong with that. It's early enough. It's early enough. They can do it. I mean, last year again.
March is not a crazy. That's not a crazy thing.
They've broken their patterns before, and I think they can break them again just as easy. I don't think it has to be a February big direct.
Let's look. I'm gonna go back and see when they've done it in March instead, because that's happened. They've done some big ones in March. I think that's a February.
While you're talking about that, we need to talk about, because there's one more final topic we're gonna hit, the Nate the Hate stuff. But where the fuck is Elden Ring? Where is Elden? It was announced for late 2025, and here we are in early 2026, and we still have no date for it.
I will tell you this. I don't fucking care where it's at. If it looks like that, I give zero shits where it's at.
Yeah,
Wherever
no one wants to
it,
play that.
They better bring it back looking way better and running way better.
Take it out back and shoot it and start over.
That.
My guess is they started over. That's why it's taking a long time. Just like they probably started with a different build to from the ground up, like a different build. Like
I feel like they were like
you know
the company. Everyone was silently like behind closed doors working on their Switch 2 stuff, and everyone's like, "Holy shit, this is fucking crazy!" And they were like, "Yeah, I mean, it's a little better than the Switch 1. This thing, like, they just didn't have it figured out." And then everybody put their shit out. They're like, "Oh fuck." Oh,
I mean, you look at Star Wars Outlaws, and then you look at an open world game, and then you look at Elden Ring, an open world game. I mean, Outlaws is phenomenal.
Is like, listen, and I will tell all of you listening to this, watching this, if you have not
played the demo,
there is a demo. Holy shit!
Now, I have the PS5 version, so of course when I go back on that, I'll tell you this: the performance mode on PS5, the way it looks fidelity wise, looks very similar to the performance mode. Well, there's only one mode on Switch 2. It's just one mode. The one mode you get on Switch 2 looks resolution, textures, shadows, ray tracing, all that good stuff looks very similar to your PS5 version. Just the PS5 version gets double the frame rates. And you can go to there's two other modes on PS5 where there's like a 40 FPS mode with high resolution or 30 FPS mode with a lot of fidelity. So it's not those. We're talking the PS5 performance mode. If you put that at 30 FPS, that's what the Switch 2 version looks like, and that is insane. Because my PS5 goes with heat blowing out of it, plugged into a wall, and your Switch 2 gets 2 hours of battery life from the toilet. So it's really impressive what they did with that version of it.
And I'm wrong. I can't find shit in March. Not of substance. Not since like 2018.
Yeah.
So.
My guess is, if you help me on a good point, that more likely there's going to be a full direct next week or in February. I don't know if it's next week.
Yeah, I think so.
People say it is. I don't know, but
so the date, supposedly the date that's going around is the 5th.
Yeah, February 5th.
That is what? I don't even know what fucking day that is. Hang on.
That is going to be Thursday next week. Next Thursday.
I mean, I'm down with that. That's a good day for me. That's a perfect day for me, actually.
We are on Nintendo Direct Watch as of
Tuesday.
Friday to Tuesday. And if we don't hear it by Wednesday, it's not happening. Next week.
Oh, well, yeah. It's not. They're not going to do it on Friday. I mean, if we get to Wednesday and there ain't shit, I mean, you know the time. It's 10 Eastern. It's 10 Eastern.
JT Crafts says February 20. JT Crafts is adamant that it's going to be February 27th. They said in the chat 15 times. So February 27th is a Friday. Very unlikely. They don't do directs on Fridays very often.
No,
that's Japanese Saturday. That's Saturday in Japan, and they're not going to do a direct.
Yeah,
on Saturday.
I mean the mainline directs don't happen at those times. I mean, then again, we just saw Mario movie direct on a fucking Sunday at like 6 a.m. So.
Yeah, I think it's more like, but it's a movie thing. They're doing their own thing.
Yeah. It's very different. I've never seen a general direct on a Friday.
So JT's basically saying last week of February. That's what they're basically saying. That. So I would say you would say the 26th then. Jeff, don't
February
be
31st. Dude,
don't be
Jeff is spot on with this. This is why I love Jeff. He comes with the real information, the hard-hitting shit.
I mean,
I
Jeff
love
Jeff is our fact checker. Jeff is our backup podcast host. Jeff is a podcast host himself. If you guys have never listened to Podtroidvania, which I guarantee you not a lot of you have, please go search Jeff. You talk for a second. I'm gonna go find Jeff's
still waiting
link.
for my invite to be on the show. Still waiting. So I'm gonna keep checking my inbox.
He's not gonna. Jeff's not gonna get you on. You kidding me? He's gonna, if he gets you on, it's gonna be because he has absolutely no other options.
It's probably true. I feel like Jeff has way more of an intellectual conversation than I can really bring to the table. I feel like he's.
Are you saying that I can have an intellectual conversation that's serious? Because I don't think I can. I mean, maybe during COVID when I'm drunk, but these days I'm a silly goose, you know?
Yeah, you are a silly goose. I don't know.
Silly
That's
goose.
true. I can tell. Listen, what do we got? It's monthly. Oh, okay. Taking it one month at a time.
You're scheduled for June 2027. That's when Drip's gonna be on.
Yeah. I think I just got a message from Jeff that said I can be on February 31st of next year.
Yeah, there you go. February 29th of 2028.
Cool. That's cool.
Yeah,
we'll work it out. I do want to come on though. I do.
No, but guys, please go follow and listen to Podtroidvania anywhere you listen to podcasts. But also the link is in your podcast description / the YouTube live chat. So make sure to go check Pod. I was a guest on it. If you like my idiot mouth speaking, you're gonna listen to it more on Jeff's show because I was there and my idiot mouth said things, opened it and said things. So go listen to Podtroidvania. Bing, bing, bing.
Bung, all right, bung. Give me. Let's finish this out. Give me your.
Bring it home.
Give me your big predictions for this February Direct. What's the one more thing? I think we talked about this last week.
With the assumption that it's a full Nintendo Direct?
With the assumption that it is a full General Direct.
Well, Drip. Can you play me a Zelda sound? You got those? They working? I think we finally see the Ocarina of Time remake that we've been waiting for and has been rumored for a very long time. I think because if it's a full direct in February, as they usually do, that means they're not breaking their norm, they're doing their norm. And 2021 was the 35th anniversary for Zelda, and they gave us Skyward Sword HD. It's 3D Zelda. I think we see 3D Zelda or Zelda game. I don't know if it's like it doesn't have to be Ocarina. I think it's less likely that I want it to be Ocarina, but in reality, it's probably more like something like an original
like
Zelda.
What, Wind Waker and Twilight Princess?
No, it's more like no, dude.
What?
It's not
what do you
happening.
Know?
It's not ever happening. They're not going to do it.
Get away. Go home. You're drunk. Go home.
I'm not.
Take a nap.
Half a yingling. It's more.
It's
I
happening.
think here's
Those
a sleep.
games are happening.
Here's a sleeper pick, Drip. Have you considered that they would remake the original Zelda?
Yes, I've talked about that several times on this show and on my own channel. I love that idea. The Ocarina thing could happen at any time, and to be honest with you, let that thing cook. If it needs another year, put it out in a year from now. Like, just let it. I don't need it now. I don't think it needs another year.
I don't think it does either. But
time for years.
They could be doing some really ambitious stuff with it. That's all I'm saying. It's a possibility that it could take an extra year. It just because it's Ocarina of Time doesn't mean it's going to be like shitty graphics like that. It's going to be. They're going to do it right. It's not going to be Skyward HD situation. It's not going to be just an HD version of Ocarina. It's they're going to go all out for it.
I'm going to be super happy to have Ocarina of Time in an updated format on the Switch 2 either way, but I will say if it is just like the 3DS version in HD, I'm going to be pretty disappointed. I'm still going to be happy that we have it, but I'm not. That's not going to like do it for me.
Yeah, we could see.
Play it. I'm going to be like.
We could see Twilight Princess.
But I'm not going to be like super pumped. Yeah.
More likely, we could see Twilight Princess on GameCube. That's way more likely. I think.
Maybe. I think they're saving that for when they put Wii.
Maybe. But Wii's not coming for years, and you could be right about that. I don't know. But yeah, I honestly, I feel like something that we don't expect. We expect Ocarina, but we don't expect the original Zelda to be remade.
I think
So
I think it's straightforward, man. I think it's straightforward.
I hope
I think
so.
you're right. I think it's exactly what it is. But I'll tell you this: I'm going to stick with the same prediction I had last week. This is my prediction. It's one of two things. It's one of two things, and it's how this direct starts changes everything. I think it's a full direct for sure. I think if it starts with Zelda stuff, we're going to get a big something, an Ocarina of Time, some 3D Zelda for sure. But we're also getting Mario 3D at the end of that.
Ooh,
I
was going there.
If
I think
Zelda's first.
You're way too ambitious.
I feel like Zelda and Mario can live in the same space. They are way different games. I feel like it's the anniversaries too. Like they can coexist. I feel like they can.
You're
Especially
looking at
if you space out the releases. Like you've got Zelda in the summer and Mario's your holiday game. But then again, do we even talk about it yet? If it's the holiday game, are we talking about that in fucking February?
If there's a big Zelda this year, which there will be because it's the 40th anniversary, and if 3D Mario is destined for this year from Nintendo, if those two things are true, they are both 100% not happening in the same presentation.
Okay, I will
100%.
I will agree with you on that.
I'm not even going to budge 99%. 100% chance.
I'm going to stick. I agree with you, but I'm also going to stick to my prediction.
You can't do that because you just said it'd be both in one.
They will not share the lot. They won't do that. But
they won't
I'm going to stick with it because I've said it for a couple weeks now. It's going to be how they start the direct. If they start with that Zelda shit first, Mario's at the end. 100%.
So you're saying they start with 3D.
Shit, they're gonna finish with Zelda, and Ocarina of Time is gonna be that big thing, and then
that's what's gonna happen.
See, yeah, that's probably what's gonna.
That's what's gonna happen. If that is going to be happening,
and the first thing they show is Zelda, I'm gonna be like, dude.
Oh, I agree with you 100%.
Mario's at the end of this.
100%, because like, Donkey Kong is a great game, but like that amazing direct that we had last year for the first Nintendo Switch 2 direct, it finished with Donkey Kong.
We were all like, "Oh, is it Mario? Is it Mario?" Or is like,
yeah,
wait, that is why Donkey Kong.
That is why it was dampered for. Is that the right tampered, whatever the word is? That's why it,
damper. Yeah,
dampy. That's why it was tampered down a bit. The excitement, because it looked like it's like if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck. Like it looked like 3D Mario. It seemed like 3D Mario. Sounded like 3D Mario, and then it was Donkey Kong.
Once I started seeing the monkeys.
Made me raise my eyebrow like, this is not 3D Mario. But like in any normal announcement otherwise, that's really exciting. But like it was only tampered down because of the fact that we needed and wanted 3D Mario, but they gave us Donkey Kong, which anyway, the point I'm trying to make is I forget. And I think that means we should wrap up this show.
The point is, I know the point you were trying to make. The point you were trying to make is that was cool. And we understand why they were doing it. They had to give Donkey Kong a little bit of room to breathe. That's why we did not see Mario last year. We're going to see, if it's done, we're going to see it this year. Donkey Kong's had its room to breathe.
Wait,
but that is exactly why I'm telling you. Zelda and Mario.
But Zelda needs to breathe too, Drip, not because it can't coexist, but because of business. They're not going to do both at the same time. They're going to, and Zelda is due. Of course, don't get me started. I know Mario's due too, but Zelda's anniversary celebration, Mario had his celebration. They didn't talk about the game. They missed that time. It's now time for Zelda's anniversary announcement. They're going to get to that first. They're not going to wait to the end of the year to get to. They're not going to celebrate the anniversary at the end of the year when it's over.
No,
it's like gathering people.
Mario's anniversary is in September. That's when they do it.
Yeah,
I mean, and last time we did this for the 35th, they did it in February. They do it on time. So
I think that the Zelda stuff happens in February or March. I'm open to the idea of March. I'm open to the idea that February has nothing, and then March is just when the direct's going to happen. I'm open to that idea. February could be full. February could be full of Twitter drops and an indie direct, and then March starts the party. I think that's very possible.
We'll end it here. You ready? We'll end it here.
All right.
Next week is a partner direct. And it's a banger. Then we get our Pokemon stuff. Then they're like, you know what? General Direct. We got more third party. We got a lot of first party to tell you about. Zelda's left out of it, though.
confusingly.
And then all of a sudden, the Zelda 40th anniversary direct, just like the Mario 35th direct, is announced, and we have a full 25 minutes of Zelda.
I would love for all of that to happen. That sounds like best case scenario. That's best case scenario.
It's not going to. That's me being funny.
But we're gonna leave it off there. Drip and I are going to do a very quick after show. But for those of you that are listening to this show, we want to thank you guys. You can listen to this podcast on audio platforms, Spotify, Apple, all of them. You can also watch us on YouTube. You're probably watching this on YouTube as well. Thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. If you're in the live chat, don't go anywhere. Live chat, don't go anywhere. We're going to hang out for the after show for a few minutes. Talk to you guys for a couple minutes before we wrap up the show. But for the rest of you guys, we'll see you next week.
Later.